Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Interview Summer Series here on the Skiing is Believing podcast, brought to you by Ski Racing Media. And Alan, what a conversation it was to kick things off with Mina Furst Holtmann.
It was indeed, yeah, a brilliant conversation. Super person and really friendly. Yeah.
Always love having a Norwegian on, don't you?
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah. Matt, have you got some stats? Have you forgotten how to do?
It has been a bit of time, but of course I do. I'll give it a crack. Mina Furst Holtmann, born on the 17th of July 1995 in Malselv in the Troms county of Norway. She grew up racing for the Bærum Ski Club, or BSK as it is more well known. Very successful junior, she competed at the 2012 Winter Youth Olympic Games and at 2 World Junior Championships. In 2015 at home in Hafjell, took downhill gold, Super G silver and combined bronze in March of 2015. To the current day, she started over 140 World Cups, been to 4 World Championships and 1 Olympics, as well as 65 Europa Cup starts with 6 podiums and 3 wins there. 4 World Championships have been the last 4 editions, her best ones coming in 2023 when she was 6th in GS, 4th in slalom, missing out on the bronze medal by just 2/100ths of a second. Went to the 2022 Olympics in Beijing with a DNF in both the GS and the slalom, but took team bronze, beating America in the small final in the team with Stjernesen, Haugen and Vindingstad. She's got 4 World Cup podiums to date, 3 individual, 1 in team event competition. 2nd in the 2019 Courchevel GS, the 2022 RA Slalom and the 2024 Saalbach Slalom at the World Cup finals. All second place finishes. She's consistently been in the top 15 and the top 20 in both slalom and GS in the technical disciplines. Talks about the switch from speed to tech that she made a few years ago. This season, notched 3 World Cup top 10s with a season's best of 8th in the Sun Valley Slalom, again at the finals, and has amassed a career total of 28 World Cup top 10s, 16 in GS and 12 in slalom. It's a great conversation. He talks about the strength of the Norwegian team on both the men's and women's side currently. We hear about those World Cup podiums, those great experiences in the team, and whether she does prefer giant slalom or slalom. So stay tuned for all that and much, much more from Mina Furst Holtmann. It is now my pleasure to share this conversation, so enjoy. Mina, welcome to the Skiing is Believing podcast. How are you today?
Thank you. I am really good, thanks. Just got back from training and just in time for this meeting, so it's perfect.
Yeah, perfect timing. Good. What was that training? What were you doing?
We had first in the morning we had CrossFit, which was a heavy one today, and because we have this sort of color codes on our sessions, so we have green, yellow, and red. So today it was a red session, and then we always have a little bit of pulse before we go into the session because we know it's gonna be hard. But it's a good training, and then we had long endurance biking before that, and you never really know how long it will take, so we had a buffer, and it was actually quite all right that you guys were a little late with the link, so yeah. I could catch my breath.
Just out of curiosity, I was just speaking to Alan before, saying that you do a good amount of kilometers at a time, and he couldn't believe it.
For the biking, you mean?
Yeah. How far did you go this afternoon?
This afternoon, well, I was biking from home and to where we're meeting, so and back, so it ended up being 60 kilometers around that. Yeah.
What you did? Eight yesterday. Well, you've got to factor in the age gap.
Yeah, it's for us 60k is a good session, but it's nothing compared to compared to other athletes, because I have a friend that she does cross country, and one year me and a friend, we were biking to my cabin, and that is 120 kilometers, and we posted pictures and we're so proud. And then later on I was biking with her and she was like, yeah, that's a pretty normal session for us. So she was not impressed.
Wow. But yeah, I've seen lots of Strava posts going around since the season finished, and I've seen Kristoffersen's been up towards 200 kilometers in an afternoon. It's just
in one session.
Yeah, I think took about 5.5, 6 hours.
Yeah, well, he has our old dryland coach, and he loved biking, or he loves biking. So I'm not surprised. The longest I've ever been is 150, and I don't need more, honestly.
It's quite interesting now, because when we go on a drive in the car, we think it's quite a long drive if we do 200 kilometers. You think, oh, that's a hard day.
Yeah. Always some bastard biking, huh?
Yeah.
So, jumping back to last time you were on snow, and you just mentioned there your wonderful birthday message, which was very, very well compiled.
It was indeed, and well accepted as well.
Yeah. So
I don't think I cried. Yeah.
Not quite. No. But so when I believe it's in Kvitfjell where you're doing your last bit of snow training for the season, and at that point, what were your thoughts and feelings on your season, your 2024-25?
Well, first, I for sure had higher expectations result-wise than what I performed, especially since I finished off with the podium the year before. However, one of my goals was to be more consistent, and that I accomplished, which is a good step for me in the right direction, because I've never actually been stable in my career. So for me, finishing that many races and on a pretty okay solid level, I think that's the baseline for being able to take the next step. So in retrospect, I'm quite happy with that, even though the results wasn't like the best of the best. But for me, it was a good season in slalom for sure. GS was a bit so-so.
I noticed that sort of maybe 5 years now you've been top 20 slalom and GS consistently over that time, and that almost certainly something like you said there that you wanted to continue. And do you feel like you've been at a level to be higher than that, or would you say that is fair based off the way you feel you've been skiing in that period?
I must say, I know that my ground speed and my sort of my good days are better than that, but I have a lot of those bad days as well, which the average is around that. And so for me, it's quite at the spot actually where I would think. So to be more consistent and not ski out as much, and I think be comfortable with the different snow conditions, but especially ice for me in GS, then that will take me another step in the right direction.
And in that period, you're learning the tracks, which is something you've skied at the majority of the places you'll go next season now, I'm sure. So that is another aspect you've got to add in with that experience.
Yeah, 100%. And for sure, that's an advantage. And you get to know the courses better, and you get less intimidated every year. And but the conditions, you usually know what you get, but sometimes it can go both ways. Like for example, in Courchevel, you can either have rock solid ice or you can suddenly have salted snow, which is, yeah. But you usually know where you get the ice and not. So for sure, that's an advantage because then you can prepare for that before the race.
I was going to bring you in, so hold. Alan, how long have you been waiting to speak to a Norwegian?
Many years.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. I don't know why it is. I just have this affinity with Norway. Anyway,
I'm surprised he hasn't got the race suit on, you know, the Norwegian flag and everything.
Yeah, well,
Do you have that?
I do. I have a T-shirt with all the stuff. In actual fact, way before your time, in the 1994 Olympics in Kvitfjell, I bought one of the, the Dales of Norway.
Yeah.
I bought one of the big chunky sweaters, and I don't know where it got to. Actually, we moved, and it seemed to get lost. But I was so proud of that, because it had on the sleeve Olympic styling. It was really good. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, back to what we're talking about.
A bit before your time, Mina.
Yeah. Do you when you're choosing, when you're choosing in collaboration with your coaches to do training on slalom or GS, do you find that you have a preference to one or the other?
To the discipline.
Yeah.
I have always had the GS closest to my heart. However, now I feel like I'm better in slalom than in GS, but I prioritize them the same. That I do.
Yeah.
And what should I say? I feel like I have more to work on in GS in many ways than in slalom, but I'm still like not at the level in slalom either. So for sure, it's easier when it's going well in one discipline to choose that discipline because it's just easier to train then and it's more fun. But you for sure have to target your weaknesses and the weaker discipline as well. So for me, it's quite the same.
So what do you think it is, or is it the speed or the technique what holds the other up?
Sorry that I.
What do you think it's the speed side of it or the technique which is making one better than the other?
Oh, that's a good question, because you see a lot of in GS especially, you see a lot of the best skiers, they do speed as well. So for sure a component in GS is speed. And personally, that's something we're going to target now this preseason to do more Super G and also speedier GS courses, because we get that a lot on race. And it for sure can go fast in GS too. So to have that speed tolerant is very, very important.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very good. I'm going to take you back now to when you first started skiing.
Yeah.
And take it away.
I'll tell you my story.
Tell the story.
Well,
that's what we want.
Yeah, I started, or my parents introduced me to skiing when I was, I think I was 2 years old. So they are super skiing enthusiasts and ski every year a lot. Because we have my mom, she has a house, like a cabin in Kvitfjell, where we ski a lot, and my dad has an apartment there. And so we have been skiing there since I was 6, and then before that it was in Hemsedal, which is a different resort.
Yeah.
So we started early, and when I was younger, it was like me and my brother, or my whole family actually, we were in the park. We were jumping a lot. That's all we did. We were jumping and being in the woods, and we were just playing. So for sure we loved it. And then we did the same in Kvitfjell, and I feel like that was a big part of my skiing. That play and that joy for a really long time. And then I started on ski club when I was 7. And we were a big group of girls just having fun and loved to train and race. And a few of us, we kept going. And I'm still here.
Are you
So
the only survivor?
I am the only survivor from the one that I was skiing together with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually the oldest one on the team now, and I'm used to being like I'm the youngest sibling and always liked, I don't know, being the youngest person, and now I'm suddenly oldest, which feels strange.
There's like now definitely the women's tech team, Norwegian wise, is young.
Yeah, it's quite young.
But
it's
relatively.
We're not that big. We only are.
No.
We're only 4 girls now, and we have Madeleine, which is new. She's only 19, and then we have Bianca. She's 24, and then it's Thea. She's 28, and I'm 29. So it's like semi. Yeah.
A good mix.
Good mix. Yeah, it's that's what we need. A little bit of everything.
Do you like that position as the oldest, as a bit of a team captain?
Actually, in our group, we're more like having a flat. What do you call it? Like, it's not a
sharing it. We share it.
Yeah. So we each have our responsibility areas, and we're trying to communicate as well as possible and agree on training and what we need. For sure, we have different preferences sometimes, but I don't mind being the oldest, actually. And yeah, I think that's what I have to say.
Yeah.
You said before that when you was at the beginning of your story that you had fun. Do you still have fun?
Yes, of course I have fun, but it's just not that much time to do that much fun skiing anymore. Like, I love off-piste and skiing in the woods, and it's just more difficult to get that in when you are between races, but then you either need training or you need rest. And we have some bonus day where the snow falls and we don't have any other choice than to do powder, and that makes me very happy. But it's more for sure in the spring.
Yeah.
So then I go touring and slush skiing and just cruising around for fun. But every season my goal is to do more fun skiing. But when time comes, you're either tired or something. So and sometimes you just want to be home with your family too.
Yeah.
You haven't fallen out of love with it, have you?
No.
Good.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I love skiing.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's great. No, just the way you're a bit ummy and ahry there, I wasn't sure. Just thought I'd make that clear.
Perhaps the question wasn't right. I should have said, do you still enjoy skiing?
Yeah, of course.
You know.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm going to take you back to I'm sure you'll enjoy this bit, actually, the 2015 World Junior Championships.
Yeah.
And
almost.
Yeah. Alan couldn't help but notice that you were very, very good at speed.
Yeah.
Downhill gold, Super G silver, combined bronze, dream championships, really.
Yeah, that for sure was a dream championships. And I used to be a speed skier. Or back then it was more normal to do everything until I got older, and I was an all-rounder. And I basically got on the team because I was good in speed. So that was sort of my main path. But then I broke my leg the first year on the World Cup team. So then a mix of being scared and also feeling that I needed the technique more before I could get back to speed, because that was my original thought, to go to tech and then move on to speed. But here I am. So yeah, I did change to technique because of that injury, actually.
Do you think as you get older you may go back to doing that?
I mean, it's never say never, but I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I have been thinking about Super G, and I tried it for a couple of seasons, but it's very difficult to do slalom GS and Super G because it's difficult to get that training in with Super G. It's easy to find training for slalom and GS because you don't need that long hills or you don't need that much security. And I didn't feel safe with the speed, so I needed more training, but I didn't get it. Yeah. So then it just I kind of fell off. And but I was supposed to start St. Anton, but I backed out. But my first World Cup race, that was in St. Moritz in Super G and downhill.
Yeah. Huh? You got in the 30, didn't you?
Yeah, in the Super G, I was 29. And in speed, I was good until I fell. So, but till then, I was in the 30 as well.
Very good.
I think I was actually leading. But it was mostly flat on the top, but still.
Very good. So to throw this one out there, you talk about that World Junior Championships being at home, and nearly 11 years later, you'll have the chance to race World Cup finals in Hafjell.
Yeah. How cool is that?
What about that? It's very cool.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Hafjell is one of my favorite hills, actually. It's such a cool one, and we've been there so much. Like my whole youth, I've been up there and basically know the hill by heart. And it's a cool one with quite a few rollers and some steep and yeah, a lot of terrain. And yeah, it's kind of long as well. So
it's a long slalom.
Yeah. I don't think we'll start where the boys started, because that's long. So
that was a minute.
Yeah.
I remember messaging you whilst we were there when we were discussing arranging this very podcast.
Yeah.
And I think it will be a very good World Cup finals.
Yeah.
It's a great spot to finish the season because the conditions are so good at that time of the year. The fans are unbelievable. You won't have heard a noise like you'll hear next March.
Fantastic. I'm really excited.
I mean, I was in the media zone. Alan wasn't, so he doesn't like me to talk about it too much. But the Norwegian guys there, McGrath and Haugen, couldn't believe it. They were singing the praises of everyone there, and it wasn't a big crowd. It was just a loud crowd.
Okay. Well, that works.
Yeah,
that's better, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And even from the very back, they were getting a lot of support. So yeah, I would definitely be looking forward to that.
Yeah, you're coming to watch?
Let's not say yes, but yes.
Okay.
It's just about organising it, really, because whether we go to Kvitfjell and Hafjell and how we get there and whether I can have the time off from university next year. So fingers crossed we'll be there.
Fingers crossed.
But definitely Levy.
Okay, cool.
We're going to Levy, definitely.
Yeah, both of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll be in the media zone.
Don't count your chickens.
I bet I'll be. There'll be trouble if I'm not.
Yeah, he's got his passes up there. But yeah, when we saw you in we met you in Levy.
Yep.
And you were the first athlete that we spoke to in Levy.
Oh yeah, really?
And that was our first World Cup. So
really,
this is brilliant to interview you.
Yeah.
As very good. But there's enough about us and our little trips. Let's talk about Norway, shall we?
please.
Yeah, because the men are ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Tech-wise, especially.
Yeah.
But yourself and Taya and the other girls that you mentioned earlier are in a very positive position.
Mhm.
And you feel that they will hit that podium, those younger girls?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I have no doubts. They're both quite new in the World Cup, and for sure someone is going in there and make podiums right away, but mostly it does take some time to get used to it and feel safe and build that confidence in the World Cup. But they will make it. They're amazing skiers, and yeah, with Thea and Kaisa and hopefully myself as well to go in the front and show the way, then I hope for sure we can make them see it's possible, and also go there in front with as good examples and build their confidence as well.
Good.
Here's one for you that I didn't send over in yesterday's message.
On purpose?
No, I've just thought of it.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Taya can win?
Oh yeah, no doubt. She's so fast, and she's an amazing skier. She just have to shut her brain off and ski. She's a thinker. She is a big thinker, but she is such a great skier, and yeah, like she might as well just win in something. So no doubt.
Any given GS, you could win, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, maybe in half yell.
Yeah, hopefully.
Or before.
If that happens now, I'm definitely claiming that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be claiming that.
Yeah, it will happen before half-yell.
Ooh, big call.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Very confident as well.
Yeah.
Do you think she would say the same?
About herself?
Mm-hmm.
No, she would wrap it more in. But she would say that she has ambitions to win, and we all know she's very about it, that all she wants is to win a race, and I think she knows that she's good enough, and we all know it, everybody around her, so we're just waiting, patiently waiting.
I mean, she's been so consistent, hasn't she? And
yeah, and she never skis out.
So many fourth place finishes.
Yes.
I think it could be one of them where if she wins one, she might win a good number, you know, win a few. Alan?
Yeah.
I could see you getting close to the mic.
Yeah, I think it was on Austrian television or German or something that they have a statistics on her that she have finished all the races in 4 years in GS. Wow. She hasn't skied out once.
That's incredible.
Which is pretty solid.
Yeah. What I was going to say was, about the when you're racing, is it most important for you to try and get a podium, or that you just want the consistency first? Does it make you happy being constant and missing the podium, perhaps?
Well, that depends. Yeah, that's now you got me thinking. Well, it's two sides to it, because if I'm confident, consistent, and having let's say top 10, top 5 results like all over, then I'm for sure happy.
Yeah.
But then I think that missing the podium then would be like, damn it, like but
so a bit of both then.
Yeah, a bit of both. And if I'm not consistent and then have a chance for the podium, that would also be like, could can I just get that, you know? So it will always suck to miss out on a podium. But even though you miss out on a podium, it will still be a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I'm not spoiled with either podiums or top 5 or neither even top 10 finishes. So like if I have a top 10 in a race, that is a good day for me.
So to me, you're racing against Nina rather than the other girls.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's actually how I'm not going to say that how you should do it, but that's for sure how I need to work, because if I'm too focused on what other girls are doing and I'm just trying to ski fast or just trying to beat that girl, then I completely lose the focus. So I have to really, really think about what I'm gonna do as a task in the course and just keep that 100% focus.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. That.
Do you feel that sort of mindset and attitude towards it you've been like that throughout your career? Is that right?
No, 100% not. I've worked on that.
Okay.
You look surprised.
I thought it was going to be yes. That's how I've applied it every day.
No.
Never mind.
No.
Go on.
Because as a skier, I'm very impatient. So I want to have I'm very I'm like in my head, I know what I'm supposed to do and I know the feeling that I'm looking for. And so then I've sort of missed out on the process instead of just I have just like, today I'm going to fix it. Today I'm going to make it today. And then the day goes by and I'm sort of, yes, I'm getting better, but I'm not, it takes too long. And I don't think that's the right way to go about it at all, because then every day gets just a little bit disappointing because you didn't reach it quite like as good as you want. So that's for sure something that I try to implement now, or not now, but throughout the last years. And it's for sure helping me a lot. And it makes the race days also mentally easier. Yeah, not easy, but easier.
Okay. Mindset wise, do you say Taya can win a World Cup?
Yeah.
Do you think you can? And if the answer is no, have you ever thought that you can, like in a certain period where you were skiing better?
I have always believed that I can win a World Cup, because again, then I wouldn't be here, I believe.
I'm not saying you can, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Just make that clear. Make that clear.
I understand. But I think in terms of raising my level a bit more and having those consistent top 5, top 10 results, when I'm there, then I can be like, yeah, I can win. But right now, I think I can for sure have a better base level and maybe take some podiums. And on a good day, I can win. But it's not like I'm sitting here and saying I can win tomorrow, because I think I need a bit more training on the right things.
Yeah. So taking that in mind, do you think that you can win? Yeah, which is a good positive thought.
Yeah.
Which discipline?
It has to be slalom.
Yeah.
I would never believe that 5 years ago that I would say that I have more faith in myself in slalom than in GS, but it's got to be slalom.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's the toughest one.
Did you think so? I think they're both tough.
Well, they are both tough.
Yeah.
All the ladies events are tough. More interesting than the men's because they're closer and more competitive.
Yeah.
The question is, which is easier to win coming from outside the top group or the top 15? And I would say GS is harder to win from outside the top 15 because Brignone, Robinson, Guparami.
Yeah.
You know, they're I
but-
think it's only them three that have won last season.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and the season before in the slalom, there was so many different winners.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
We always said, don't we, that anybody in the top 20 could win the slalom, and maybe going further than
even
that,
more can get podiums.
even more it can get podiums. Yeah, because but it is so, there's so many good ladies, women, whatever you want to call them. There's so many females who were really good athletes, and I think, like yourself, never write yourself off because you're up there, you're in there, and you have a good chance.
And looking at your starts, there's not been all that too many times where you've been in the top group.
No, you mean top 7?
Yeah, one GS season you finished top 7.
Yeah, that's correct.
And but in terms of like slalom, there's been odd races where you've had more points at that period.
Yeah, so I usually start the season in top 15, and then I'm like right around 16 or 17 at the end of the season. Yeah. Let's just talk next season and then.
In saying this is the first episode back in an off-season pre-Olympic summer, it's taken a long time to talk about Milano-Cortina, but here we go.
Yeah, Milano-Cortina.
I presume you'll get selected. Presuming you get selected.
Yeah. I have to be selected, and the criteria are either 1 top 6 in the World Cup or 2 top 12 in the World Cup.
But between Solden and Olympics.
Yes.
So that it's clean slate now.
Yeah.
None of last season's results are counting towards the Norwegians.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
someone could have an absolute blistering start and qualify. Yeah. Interesting.
So
and that someone could be you.
Yeah, hopefully.
Why not?
Get it done in Solden. Just get it done in Solden.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done it before, so why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's one thing to be considered. And but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make that. And but you never know. It's like also it's for sure something in the back of your head, and you have to perform. And it's not given to get a top 12 in the World Cup. Like you have to ski good. So but let's say I qualified then. What then? I'm excited. Yeah, last Olympics. This will be my second, and it was for sure a different one in China. So I'm excited to have like a COVID-free Olympics.
Yeah.
And it's just about to find that balance between enough training and enough race, enough training and enough rest before before the Olympics. And also not fry our head, because it's easy to go in there and be around the atmosphere for too long, and then you go around waiting, and your brain is already fried before the start, and you don't want that. So we're very strict. We plan in advance how much training we're going to have, and that we go in and do a race, because it's this combined race with the slalom and downhill, which is earlier, if I remember correctly, and then go in there and then travel back out just to get some different surroundings. And I guess that you wonder what my ambitions are in the Olympics as well.
Don't even have to ask. That's brilliant.
So For sure. I will turn 30 soon. And I'm not young anymore in this game. But I have also not consistently been at the top either. So to have a medal as a goal, that is a really, we call it a hairy goal in Norwegian. I don't know if you can translate that. It's a high goal, but I'm lying if I'm not saying that that would be the dream. That's a dream come true, 100%. But I think I need to adjust my goals when I get closer to see how the season is going. Because my World Championships this year was very disappointing, and I for sure had high hopes there. So I think I just need to be realistic and not set too high goals either, because then it feels unreachable, and then you're on the start and you basically don't believe that you can do it, so to have a goal is for sure good. It just needs to be in line with reality.
Yeah, realistic.
Yeah.
I don't do this very often, but do you fancy a quiz question? You can do a little head-to-head you want. First one to get it gets a point.
Clap.
Gets a point.
Oof, I'm bad. But go ahead.
The only Norwegian woman to win an Olympic medal since the Second World War.
An Olympic medal?
I don't know.
Olympic, of course, you got the team bronze, didn't you?
Yeah.
In 2022. I'm not counting that. An individual woman's event.
Is it a really long time ago?
No.
Yeah. Is it?
No?
No.
Oh, you mean Ragnhild Mowinckel?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Jesus. That shouldn't have taken that long.
2018.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Then she took 2 silvers.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Well done.
That was a good Olympics. Very cool.
Yeah.
But I think with you and Kajsa and Taya, it's as good a chance as any to take 1, maybe 2. Team combined, that could be a good one.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So aspirations for the season then. Let's take the Olympics out of it.
Yeah.
World Cup. What do you want from it?
Well, as I told you now, be more consistent top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And for sure be in the fight for more podiums. Yeah. Be in the fight and be on the start and be like, yeah, I could do a podium today. To have that self-confidence and believe that you can do it.
Yeah. In your career, when do you think you were skiing at your best?
Like, you mean over a period of time, or like one race here and there? Or...
No, a period.
Period of time.
Maybe not an entire season, but...
Yeah. I think, like, technically, it's gotta be in slalom. It's now, I think. And GS, maybe at the end of last season. I had pretty consistent top 10s then. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good that it's recent as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to think a bit there, but yeah, I think that's the one.
We've made you do enough thinking, so I'll move on to the quickfire question.
Can I just ask something?
No. I said no. No, go on.
I believe when you did your degree, you did some part of it. You did some ski design.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Is it something you'd like to do when you finish skiing, perhaps, or was it just something you could do then?
I could do that. I could definitely enjoy that for sure.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought that was rather interesting. That someone who's involved like you are yourself is interested in not just the actual skiing, but in what makes skiers better, and that is obviously ski design.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, like we are, all of us are alpine skiers. We do get feedback to the factories about how skis feels, and my technician is a lot in contact with Atomic to make the skis better, and so that's one thing. But the ski design, that's different, because that's just how they look, and but that to me is, I like to do that. I like to work like that, so definitely.
Yeah. Good, thank you. We are Atomic.
Nice, I love it.
You are Atomic.
I am, yeah.
I mean, not that I wouldn't use Atomic. It's just
everything I own is Atomic. Helmet, goggles,
skis,
boots,
t-shirts,
jackets, all sorts. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been with them for 2 years? Is that right? 2 seasons?
3 years.
Redsters.
Very
all
happy.
good.
All good.
All good. Very good.
Yeah. And the boots as well, don't you?
Boots too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is the most research I've ever seen. It's because he's been waiting about 3 months for an interview. He's put everything into this one.
Right, quick fire.
Quick fire.
Yeah. We'll start with your favourite place to ski.
Portugal.
That was quick fire. Quick fire.
Yeah.
This is the super quick fire round. Best moment of your career?
Podium in Saalbach.
Saalbach?
Yeah.
Why that one over the other two?
Because I think the whole day was so nice. It was
yeah, it was.
Yeah, I did not have any expectations. I didn't even think about a podium, which I think then just I didn't feel a lot of pressure that day, because often you go in there with some kind of hopes for something. But that day I was like, yeah, I'm starting bib 21, and the conditions are really, really rough. So I was just focusing about my skiing, and yeah, I had a good first run, and also the second run it was the same thing. I didn't think about a podium, so it came. Maybe that's also why it was so good, because it came as a surprise too. So yeah.
Because when you've been on the podium, it's been a little bit away from the win, haven't you?
Actually, yeah, it was in Saalbach. It was like half a second, and no, it has been pretty tight. I think in Åre it was just like 600s, and Courchevel it was 4.
Oh, so that's pretty close.
It's been tight.
But in the World Championships, you were pretty close as well to a medal.
Yeah, 200s.
200s behind Lena Dia, right, for the bronze.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually hurts more now than it did back then, because then I was just really happy with the 4th place, because that was one of the better things I've done that season. But now I'm like, oh, damn it! It would have been nice with the medal in the box now.
Yeah. And finally, if you could achieve one thing next season, what would it be?
Olympic medal. That's my dream.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Not gold, but a medal.
Is
that staying on the realistic side, or the more realistic side?
It's still kind of, I don't know if far-fetched is the right word, but just to keep it a bit more on the realistic side. Yeah.
Well, it could well happen.
Could
happen, yeah. It's quite often you do get people who are not expecting to get medals in the Olympics.
Yeah,
you do get them, don't you?
Yeah. I don't think it would be that much of a surprise, though, if Mina got a medal.
No, after speaking to her, no, I don't think it would.
Yeah, we'll see.
I have. This is a bit of a surprise, actually.
Oh.
I have got a closing message for you in Norwegian.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's ready. Don't you laugh.
I'm not laughing. No, I think you're very good, Mark.
When we visited Hafjell twice last season, so went skiing ourselves for a week in February, and then out of nowhere, really, went to the GS and slalom for the men's in March. So, not that I picked up an awful lot whilst I was there, because it's a very difficult language, but this, I picked a very good sentence that is very similar to English. So,
okay,
I'll take it. Here we go. Tusen tack för intervjuet. Allt det bäst i sommar och vi ses i Leve i november.
Tusen tack. Very good.
Good, well done.
Yeah.
Väldigt
Well
bra.
done.
I have no idea what you're saying, but
Said thank you so much for the interview, and I have a good summer. Does it say?
all the best, yeah.
Yeah. And then see you in November.
So
Good job.
to repeat that in English.
Yeah.
Thank you, and all the best for the summer.
Thank you very
see
much.
you. See you in
Yeah.
Levy.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
see you
much.
there. Have a great
Yeah.
summer.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back to this first episode back of the Skiing is Believing podcast for the Interview Summer Series, brought to you by Ski Racing Media. Alan, just to wrap it up, my friend, great to be back.
It is great to be back, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to another great season. And off-season, if you like. A season of interviews and then the season of skiing.
Well, you're heading off, aren't you, tomorrow?
Indeed, yeah.
So, Michaela, if you're available this week, Alan's not here, so you won't have to worry about him. But we can get that interview fixed up whenever you like.
Don't you dare.
You might just be getting the call at some stage when you're on the land. We'll have to see. We have got another episode coming next week for you, of course. Great, already recorded, Alan.
Yeah.
Don't want to give too much away there, do we?
No.
Another great interview.
Yeah.
Maybe not with a racer. That's all I'm going to say for now. But you'll have to stay tuned and wait until next week for that one. Leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger. But that is enough from me. Big thanks to Ski Racing Media. Big thanks to Mina Furst Holtmann for joining us this week. A great conversation to get us back at it. But for now, Alan, we will
Ski you later.
ski you later.
Yep.